Hello there, got Mr. Rufio, and today, as requested, we are working on putting on this harness of his a lot calmer because nobody likes to wrestle their dog like a warthog just to get their gear on. Now, Mr. Rufio is doing really good with this, so I am adding an element of, I guess, adding excitement to this because typically when he's not already wearing his equipment, he is really excited when he sees it. So what I want to happen is to teach him to come down off of that excitement a little bit faster. Now, right now, because he's being such a good boy, I'm going to fake that excitement essentially. So what I'm going to do first though, is I am going to go through the process of taking it off. So what's happening here is we are starting with either having him sit or going down. He likes to go down when he puts it on, but sit is the easiest for me to get the straps off. So I am using him staying in sit or stationary position as basically his thumbs up or his consent for me to go. And as you can see, he looks like he is ready for me to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and start reaching over him, but I am gonna wait for him to be stationary again. Rufio, good boy. Yes. Okay, so he is sitting, and I'm gonna start leaning over him and reaching. Now, if he pops up, I'm not going to take it off. I'm just gonna stop what I am doing. But every single step I will say, yes. So that's a step. He gets a treat for allowing me to unclip that. Yes, that's also a step. And this one is actually particularly, not difficult, but the tricky one is where the paw actually comes through. So I'm going to attempt to do that. He will remain seated for this if I do it right. I do need both hands for this. Kind of hard to hold a camera, huh, Roof? Oh, but you're doing so good. Okay, yes. Third step down. And bringing this over his head. Now you see he popped up, I'm going to stop. For us to basically do this as a team, I do need him to remain stationary. So again, like I'm not wrestling him like a warthog. So I'm going to ask him to sit again. Now, sit is not necessarily required for behaviors like this. However, Rufio is a known wiggle worm, so I do want to highly emphasize an actual stationary position. That's a little more, is less vague than just standing. Yes! And now we have it off. All right, now here comes the fun part. Gonna allow him to play with the toy, gonna set this off to the side and give him a moment to get a little crazy. And since Rufio loves his toys, all I have to do is be silly while he has a toy. You ready? You want this? You want this? Okay, there you go. Oh, let me get that. Let me get that. Oh, what's that? What's that? Oh, we're crazy? Let me get it. So yes, adding that element of excitement going on right here. This is not something that I would necessarily suggest you do before putting on his equipment, but again, I want to see that excitement. I want to see him being excited about something and then all of a sudden stopping that excitement and being calm enough to put on his equipment. Really just messing around with that. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? All right, so now that he's a little more amped up, I'm gonna get him to leave that toy alone. I'm actually going to pick it up because I don't want him to be distracted. So I'm gonna put a toy on the floor, not a toy, a treat on the floor while I grab that toy and pick it up. And we're gonna do this again, but this time we're actually putting it on. So again, starting from a stationary behavior, whether that be down or sit. So here I am just holding it, that's it. I'm just kind of, him seeing the harness in and of itself can be a visual cue, and that should be his cue to either sit or lie down. Because this is a cooperative thing, again, I'm really not worried about whether it is sit or lie down. I just need him to choose to do one. Yes! So there he wants to lay down. So the first step is getting his head through the hole. Yes! Marking every single step. The next step is getting his paw through that loop. Now I do need him to remain still for this. If he continues to lick my hands while I'm doing it, it's kind of like I'm wrestling a wild animal, so I just want him to hold still and allow me to do this step. I may actually ask him to sit up for this. So what I'm going to do is ask him to sit. Hey, can you get up? Sit. Yes. Good job. It is much easier to put on this harness when he is sitting. Okay, getting his paw through the loop. Yes! He did that step very nicely. All right, and I'm actually going to set this off to the side so I can get these last two straps. Hopefully I can capture this pretty well. There we go. Don't tell the camera. And all I'm doing is reaching under his belly and trying to get those last two straps. He just offered me touch. That is my fault. So I'm going to ask him to go back into sit. I left my hands there. Rufio. Hey. Yes. See it? Reaching under to get that strap. Just need him to hold still. If he wiggles too much, I'm going to stop what I am doing. The moment this clips, this will be a yes. And the last one, which is actually the most difficult because it is the farthest reaching underneath his stomach. Yes! Very good. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Now notice that I am doing this without the leash being present. I would be very mindful that the leash is probably more exciting than the harness itself. So continue to practice this, all of these steps without the leash being present. And then after you have the harness on, then grab the leash. That would be my best advice to you. That being said, if you are finding an extreme amount of excitement involved with the leash as well, you definitely want to spend some time cultivating calmness in the presence of that equipment, just so you stop getting, you know, the crazy zoomies or anything that's going to translate into the walk. But as you can see, Rufio is doing awesome. Very happy with his progress with the harness. Last time I did this, it was like wrestling a warthog, and this time he is we got a system going on. It's very systematic. So, all right, that's all I got. I'll see you later. Bye.